secret to making a wedding cake, I mean, if you want it tall and big, I always suggest to put in faux tiers, and it makes it very stable as well. So I like to use, if somebody says, all right, I want a 7-tier cake, but I only have 200 people. There's no sense in making a cake to feed 3,000 people, so we would use faux tiers. The styrofoam is used to elevate it, make it larger. That's a big, you know, if you want something big and tall but don't have enough guests or really don't want to waste the cake, you could do that as well. As far as the construction of it, dowels inside to support it obviously is a must. I like to use extra support so the cake doesn't go caving in on each other. You could also do custom cake stands with dowels in the middle of it. You could basically make it tilting over, but you're gonna need a special stand custom made. Wedding cakes, it's a very important part of your wedding. And just like the food, why does it cost you $150, $200 a plate to go get married somewhere? It's filet mignon, right? You could buy it and cut it and serve it yourself, and it's a lot cheaper. Same thing with the wedding cake. I think the wedding cake is expensive because of the fact that, first of all, you have a professional doing it, hopefully. Secondly, it's the art. It's the time that it takes to make the cake. I'm not quite sure if I agree that it's expensive, but it's part of the wedding, and you have to put into the fact that it's going to run you between $5, $5 a slice and $18 a slice, and it could go more depending on what you do with the wedding cake. The decorations. I mean, some people really go crazy with it, but your standard wedding cake costs about $5 a slice, and I think that's your typical pin dot, some swirls, 4 tiers, buttercream base. Goes up from there, obviously. There's a big misconception about fondant not tasting good. I just feel that, it all depends on the baker. Our fondant is very good. It tastes like marshmallow. As far as fondant and buttercream, it really is a price difference. If the bride can afford to do a fondant cake, I would definitely do fondant because it's more, you could do much more with the decorations. Although I'm still getting that people want the traditional buttercream because they feel it tastes better. The fondant is very chewy, so we are getting a lot of people saying, I really want the look of fondant, but I want buttercream. So it takes a good baker to be able to work with buttercream and make it look smooth and clean. If they can accomplish that, the buttercream is probably going to be the one that, wins the race. Mm-hmm.